Of that football man named Harrison Butker or whatever giving the speech about how much he doesn't like gays and women's rights and whatnot. And I just have to say, this here is the slippery slope of wanting all famous people and entertainers to be vocal about their political opinions. I think sometimes we forget that a lot of these bitches are kind of dumb, and I just kind of don't want to hear it. Like, for example, let's dial it back a bit here. You, sir, are a football player. Why am I hearing you speak? And not just speak, but giving an advice speech to a graduating college class. Your job is to get hit in the head. Or, I'm sorry, you're a kicker. Your job is to show up and kick a ball like 3 times. You get paid millions of dollars to do that. These are the same men who will be telling other people they need to get real jobs, by the way. And listen, Republicans, and I'm gonna hold your hand while I say this, not everybody needs to have goddamn kids. And look, I'm saying this as a person who loves kids. I want to have kids of my own someday. Shit, I work at a daycare. Not everybody is cut out for this type of lifestyle. And if you listen closely to that speech that Harrison Butker gives, and he's talking about how great kids are and everybody should have them, you can faintly hear a loud-ass baby at the back of the auditorium just hooping and hollering, crying, presumably about how fucking stupid this speech is. Not everybody is equipped to deal with this. And even if you wanted to give a good faith speech about how great it is to be a parent, there is a time and place for everything, and that time and place is not at a fucking college graduation. These people did not go to school for 4 years to learn how to get pounded raw. Sir, you really should have just stood there on your mark and kicked the goddamn ball like you get paid the millions of dollars to do, because look at what you done now. Now all these motherfuckers want you out of here. You're gonna show up to your first game in August, and they're gonna have Lucy from Charlie Brown waiting on the field for you. Good luck, Mr. Buttcrack. By the way, if you have some change to spare, head to my bio.
Okay, everyone. Yeah, the intro was actually very, very funny. It is very funny because first thing first, I'm just gonna say this. I saw the speech that this man gave and I was shocked. First of all, I was shocked. I said, who hurt this man? Harrison, who hurt him for him to come here? He reminds me of, I just did a video about Tender. Is it Bumble and Tender? Not days ago. Is it up to 2 days now? That I did a video about them talking about don't be a non and all of that. Have a kid, go out there and, tangle, mingle, one night stand and all of that. We talked about Bumble. At this point, I'm starting to think there are people, I'm feeling like there are people on top of this thing that they really want women to, go out there and have kids. But the funny part of it is that you speaking to women are not the problem. Majority of the reason why a lot of women are single and don't want kids is because when you look at the men that are roaming around this earth right now, goodness God, it seems as if, what is better to be single and childless. when you look at the way some men carry themselves, the way they talk about women, the way they speak of women, the way they talk to women, even in workplaces and all of that, all over. Even when they talk to their partner, the way they treat their own partners when they are in relationships, you can see a big reason why a lot of women decide they want to be single and they don't want to have to, deal with all of this. Now, the thing with Harrison over here, what is his name? Harrison Butker. What is it? Butker? Butkicker? Are they Butlicker? Oh God! Oh my God! Is it Butkicker or Butlicker? I don't know. You know what? Excuse me if I butchered the name, but but he made the whole internet go mad. A lot of people. I'm gonna say this. I don't understand the students in that hall. I didn't hear one boo. I don't know. Are Gen Z's not booing people anymore? Because millennials, we definitely booed people. Yeah, you're definitely gonna get that boo out of us. So when I was like, what they booing at? Because he was talking, I didn't hear a single boo. I'm like, hold on a second. No, this can't be. Because I know definitely it's mostly Gen Z's that were there. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure majority would be Gen Z's. So this is the funny thing. It's giving go and become a single mother, because let's not forget, even if you're married, you are not sure if you're gonna stay married forever with your partner. And if you do stay, some of these men are very abusive, and a lot of women have seen that and be like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this. And instead of all of these people in these powerful places that are sending people like Harrison over here to come and tell women, oh, you know what, you need to go outside and do all of this. They need to start facing the real problem and actually talking about all the things that have made a lot of women not want to engage in relationships anymore. Now I'm gonna bring up another video here. Let me see. Let me bring up this video over here, because a lot of people had a lot to say. This lady over here was talking about, maybe he's talking about his mom, because his mother is very accomplished. She's an accomplished woman.
Who have had the most diabolical lies told to you.
Our first mistake is thinking that he's talking to the women in the audience. He's not talking to the women in the audience. You can't convince me otherwise. He's not talking to the women in the nation. He's talking to his mama. His mother is a physicist, highly accomplished, highly educated. And this was a read to her specifically. And he is saying to her that he is hurt by whatever accomplishments she had. He is feeling insecure. He is feeling slighted by how he was raised, and how he's going to embarrass her and let the people know how hurt he is. He's going to go on this stage and tell everyone that wants to be like her that she is wrong, her lifestyle is wrong, and the woman that he chose is so much better than her.
You know what? But that's the funny thing. The woman he chose. Let's not forget. This is a guy that is doing well. He has the money, and the way he's saying that, oh, my wife is a homemaker, but you have enough money, so I'm pretty sure she's not making the home alone. She probably can afford nannies, cooks, cleaners. I don't think she's doing all of that on her own. I'm pretty sure she's getting help. But this is the thing. When I hear somebody come out here and start, spewing all this nonsense like, women, you need to go do this, they forget that majority of the relationships nowadays, even marriages, do not last. And at the end of the day, you will have some drooling idiots that will come on that will open their podcast and come talk bad about single mothers. Now, these men are not going to come out here and be like men that are talking about single mothers and use the same energy to talk to men that have children with the mother of their kids that they are not married to. They are not telling them, hey, you need to go back to that woman and settle down and be a good man. No, they're not going to focus on men, because, hey, It might be them someday. They might be the one that have created a single mother. So they don't want to point fingers at themselves. They want to point fingers at the women and be like, yeah, I know there are a lot of, single mothers out here, but you should have done better. Bro, how about you speak to those men that have created single mothers? Because I think it would be much more interesting. We would love to hear that, Pat. But no, and I feel like a lot of the times women are like, where are the good men? Why are they not coming out to speak about all of this? And I'm like, you talking about the good men? This is the thing. The reason why a lot of men don't talk to men that, are creating negative space for all of us, or going to them and telling them you're weird, you should stop, and using their power to literally stop those behavior or go after them and literally bring them out, is because they're feeling like if they do that, one day they might become that guy. One day they might become that guy. They might be in that shoe. They might want to do that someday. They might want to leave their wife and the kids and go be a degenerate. So of course, it doesn't matter how, a man will come out here and be like, oh my God, I like women and all of that. But normally, if you see men that don't talk about the topics of single mothers and calling men out for that and domestic abuse in marriages and all of that, that are not speaking up for women, and they are powerful, know that they don't want to say anything in case that might be them. So they don't need to say anything. They might be out here talking about, I'm a good guy. Hey, a good guy is just protecting himself in case he falls into that bracket someday. Hi, Money. Hi, girl. Nice to see you here. So I'm going to bring another video up in here because a lot of people were not having it with this guy. And I'm going to say this, TikTok made me laugh a lot. TikTok made me laugh a lot. So this is another video, and she was talking about it's, for me, I feel like Bumble and Butt Cracker, maybe they had an agreement. Because what is happening? Why is everybody like literally, first of all, they came after celibacy. Now they're coming after your education. See, ladies, you're gonna have to open your eyes out here. There's something bigger at play here. They're trying to remove you from that, from you getting your education, or from you trying to keep to yourself and be celibate and actually choose better, the way they have been saying, because they've been out here screaming, choose better. Maybe if you choose better, now you want to choose better. They're like, no. And then you look at all the better that they're talking about. You look at the options that they give you, and you're like, okay, I'm going to choose better by being celibate, or I'm going to choose better by taking my time and not, having a one-night stand with somebody. And they're not having it, because I feel like a lot of men are not, there've been reports of, less men having sexual counterparts or having any sexual intercourse at all. It's gone down a lot because a lot of women have seen through the nonsense and be like, you know what? Some of these dating sites are not doing it for me. I'm not going to go out on a date with you and then follow you to your home. So a lot of women are being more reserved, which is what they told women to do at the first place. They're like, oh, you don't have to be giving it up to everybody. You have to be, you have to be conservative. You have to preserve yourself. And when you preserve yourself, they're out here putting out billboards talking about thou shalt not be a nun. Okay. And now they're coming for the education as well.
Okay, real quick. What does Harrison Butker, the NFL kicker who just made that dumb graduation speech, and the Bumble ad have in common? I'll wait. Go ahead, drop in the comments. I'm going to tell you what they got in common. They're panicking. They're shivering in their boots. They are so afraid of women choosing themselves. It is ridiculous. They are trying everything they can to get women to go back to the 60s, back to the 50s, back to the 70s. They are trying so hard to convince the younger age women of today to go back to their great-grandmother's position. Be in the home All your purpose is just to have kids for us and take care of us and cook and clean for us. No woman at this day and age believes that crap no more. We see what happened to our great grandmothers, what happened to our mothers, what happened to our aunties who put a man before everything, who did everything for a man. Those women have regrets. Those women told us, look, choose you. Get your education. Have your own money. Have your own bank account. Make sure you got something for yourself. These men are trying so desperately to get us back in the 70s and the 60s where we forcibly had to depend on them by force. We don't need y'all like that. At this point, y'all need us, and y'all always have needed women to do stuff for y'all. They are so desperately trying to convince women that picking yourself is bad, is selfish, is wrong, and that choosing to do things for them, having their kids, cooking their meals, making their house a home is what we're destined to do. Women are not buying it. They got the dating apps. They got NFL players now. Who next? Who finna come out next and try to convince women to go back to the 70s? What man they finna have next? Because at this point, all of this is just a tactic. They pulling all kind of strings, and it is not working, y'all. Keep up the good work.
Now I'm just gonna say they can be mad all they want. They can be mad all they want. They can put all the "don't be a non" billboard that they want. They can cry wah, all they want. But first of all, I'm just looking at this guy that was talking about all of this, that started all this controversy. And I'm like, dude, you sound like the way he speaks. You know what? I'm just gonna bring up that speech over here, the short one. They have the speech on YouTube, but I'm not going there because first of all, you know what they did? They block comments. No, so nobody can comment on the video on YouTube. You can't comment on it. You can't, because they know exactly what people are gonna say. And a lot of people are calling for him to be canceled. But let me tell you something. We're gonna get to the cancellation topic later. But I feel like it's not getting canceled because this call is coming from the higher ups, and he's just the pawn. He's the one they give that script to. Because what is he doing at a graduation, party, ceremony? What is he doing over there? What is he doing over there? He's a footballer. He's supposed to be kicking ball in field or getting hit by a ball. But he's over here trying to talk to graduates. No, I'm going to say this is becoming comedy right now. It's becoming comedy because you know how you see things and you see other women that have gone through pain and suffering and abuse from their partners, and men don't really mostly come out to actually talk about it. And now you see them out here crying and talking about don't be a non, go over there. The best thing you can do as a woman, your only purpose is to be your mom and be my mom too. I want you to be my mommy. Yeah, I know that we're gonna have kids, but I should be your favorite baby. I'm gonna struggle in position with my children. I'm gonna make sure you do things for me first before you do things for the actual babies. Because I need a mommy. That's how it sounds. It sounded that way. It sounded like he was calling out his mom and being like, "Mom, you were out here getting achievements. You didn't take care of me, but now I got a new mom, my wife. My new mom is my wife. I got a new mom. Everybody, I got a new mom. So I'm just going to come out here and tell you, ladies, you better become moms so that, that is your purpose in life." It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Let me bring up this next video over here. Oh my God. I mean, there were many funny videos on TikTok, people calling him out. That goodness, it was funny. I was laughing since yesterday. I've been laughing. Literally. Let me see the actual video. You know what? The speech. Okay, let me bring it up over here. You'll get triggered, ladies. If you're somebody that you have a hot temper and you can stand nonsense. Because the first time I saw the speech, before I even saw people's comments on it, I'm going to tell you something. The first time that video came up on my For You page, I am somebody that if I start hearing nonsense, it just triggers me. I just stop immediately. When I heard the speech, I was pissed. I'm not going to lie. I was pissed. I was like, who gave this man microphone? This is why we'll be talking about, don't be giving men microphone, because they be saying shit that nobody understands. Now, let me bring up this speech over here.
To you. How many of you are sitting here now about to cross this stage and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother. By making it to this moment through all the adversity thrown your way from COVID, I hope you learned the important lessons that suffering in this life is only temporary. As a group, you witnessed firsthand how bad leaders who don't stay in their lane can have a negative impact on society. While COVID might have played a large role throughout your formative years, it is not unique. Bad policies and poor leadership have negatively impacted major life issues.
You know, the most disappointing about this whole thing is that they let him speak. And I'm like, are these not Gen Zers? Because goodness God, we would have booed the whole, like from the back, it would have started, boo. I don't think it would have had the place to talk. I'm like, everybody being quiet right now. Are the ladies there, or are they just men in that room? But I understand a lot of people were saying it's a Catholic thing. It was a Catholic school. So it was from the church. So I'm like, see, I don't care. If I pay money to go to school, I'm still booing. I'm still going to boo. That is one thing about me. That's why I'm not religious, because I'm like all this religion all the time. I'm not against it. Anybody, I'm like, be you and let me be me. I don't like people bringing it up to me, because I'm like, why is it that it's always men that are always writing the good books? And what happened to women? I mean, if he didn't like women so much, he might as well just made men start pooping themselves out. Because no, seriously, I'm not religious, and I don't like people bringing that stuff into me, and I don't like taking my own, mindset to any other person. When people tell me this is what I do, I'm like, oh, good for you. I'll just keep it moving. I sometimes get people come around and be like, but you know what? I want to start a crazy debate, and I'm like, I do not have the time for that. I don't. So let's continue.
Things like abortion, IVF, surrogacy, euthanasia, as well as a growing support for degenerate cultural values in media, all stem from the pervasiveness of disorder. Our own nation is led by a man who publicly and proudly proclaims his Catholic faith, but at the same time is delusional enough to make the sign of the cross during a pro-abortion rally. He has been so vocal in his support for the murder of innocent babies that I'm sure to many people, it appears that you can be both Catholic and pro-choice. The world around us says that we should keep our beliefs to ourselves whenever they go against the tyranny of diversity, equity, and inclusion. We fear speaking truth because now, unfortunately, truth is in the minority. Congress just passed a bill where stating something as basic.
You know, the funny part is I don't care if you're religious. Just keep your religious mindset to yourself and remove it from politics. I don't like mingling religion and politics. That two things should not be mixing together. Oh my God, it's hard to speak the truth. What kind of truth are you speaking about? What is the truth? Because if you really want to talk about the truth, you would talk about how women have been treated the last centuries. Now come out and talk about all the things, even in your good book, how women are being treated. In your good book. Talked about his properties and all of that. They talked about as properties. And you're trying to tell me, oh, if we talk about the truth, then bring out the truth. I want to hear the truth. I want you to come out here and say it. Are women not human beings? Because at this point, I'm starting to look at this stuff like, God, I need to, you know what? Let me sit up right in here. Because I'm like, Are these men thinking that as women you're not supposed to be a human being or be treated as one? And we speaking the truth. You should be in the kitchen serving me and making me dinner. And I have to struggle with my kids for which one of us is gonna be served first. Yeah, I'm gonna struggle with my kids because I want to be your most favorite baby. I want to be your baby. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Basic as the biblical teaching of who killed Jesus could land you in jail. I am certain the reporters at the AP could not have imagined that their attempt to rebuke and embarrass places and people like those here at Benedictine wouldn't be met with anger, but instead met with excitement and pride. Not the deadly sin sort of pride that has an entire month dedicated to it, but the true God-centered pride that is cooperating with the Holy Ghost to glorify Him.
That was a load of crap. Now that was a load of crap. It was giving, like I said before, it was giving mommy. I need my mommy vibes. Give me back my mommy. See, I feel like we need to all sit down on a table, man, woman, every man, and draw into an agreement. Hey, you're gonna have to do this, and I'm gonna have to do this. It's not when I go to work, you go to work, I come back, we both come back, and then I have to go into the kitchen, start cooking, start cleaning, and then while you're sitting down, not helping for nothing, just sitting down there, and the only word that comes out of your mouth is "I'm the man of the house." Unbelievable. You know what? Let me bring another video up in here because yeah. Because this is how I feel like, when men look at, because at this point I'm like, when they look at single women and you being happy, even if you're a single mother, let's not bring out this topic, because this is the thing. They might be out here talking bad about single mothers, but if you're a single mother and you're happy, girl, they're hating on you too. Girl, they be hating on you too. Nah. Let me just bring this video over here. How I normally see them. Now, I like that reaction. I love that reaction because that's how I feel like he be looking at us now, looking at women that are single or even single mothers that are happy. If you're happy and you don't have a man, they be like, so you're single, you're successful, you don't need a man. And then they go right back into bashing you and telling you you don't have a man. You don't have a man.
Congratulations! You worked so hard for absolutely nothing. You're probably excited, thinking you've made it in life, when the truth is, your life doesn't even begin until you find a man who wants to marry you. Many of you ladies are here because you were fed lies and told that you could work and have a successful career.
You know what? I'm gonna keep this video. I'm gonna keep this video for my outro, because I love this video over here. I'm gonna keep this one for my outro. Let me just bring you up another one. I'm gonna leave that one for my outro. So this is a video of a guy talking about this is not a mistake from the organization. It is not a mistake. And another thing, for all the people that are out here thinking this guy is gonna be canceled, I don't think he's gonna be canceled, because he's a puppet. He's somebody that they use to, put out these words. So I don't think it's gonna be. They already gave an apology. They already posted an apology, and I'm like, yeah, pass.
Who have had the most diabolical lies told to you.
So this is somebody else giving his own thoughts on this particular topic, and he was talking about, they already knew this, they already approved it before they let him come out and spill the nonsense. Anyways,
somebody commented on this video saying, can you imagine being the administrator that went and got an NFL kicker from the Kansas City Chiefs to come and speak at your college and to give this speech, and then you're sitting there and hearing him say this. How would it feel? We actually spent an entire hour breaking down all the horrific things this guy said on our podcast this week, but I want to address that point specifically because I've seen it come up a few times. This was on purpose. The college knew what he was going to say. They saw the script. He didn't change it on them. He didn't pull a fast one on them. They knew. And before you ask it, well, why would a college do that? It was a Catholic college. This was a not so subtle way for the college to have someone come in and say what they wanted to say, but couldn't. It's up right now on their YouTube page, and the comments are turned off because they've seen what people are saying. They're aware. It was on purpose.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know what? Let's bring somebody that was talking about the accomplishments from his mom in here. I got a video of someone talking about what this woman have to achieve, and even in her work field. And I'm like, didn't he like his mom? Because he's out here, his mom have all those accomplishments, and he's like coming out here and just speaking on. I feel like maybe mommy didn't give him enough time. Mommy was busy, she was busy trying to give herself an education and be a working wife, probably, maybe, and trying to make sure she doesn't fall down and start looking for a man to help her raise her up. Instead, she wanted to be a woman of mean, and a woman that has her own money. So maybe mommy didn't give her, mommy didn't give him a lot of, time. Now he's mad.
Butker's mom, Elizabeth Butker. And I want you to just look at her credentials. She is a medical physicist on staff at Emory University. If you don't know who Harrison Butker is, consider yourself lucky, but he is the kicker for the Chiefs, and he gave a horrific graduation speech yesterday at Benedictine College. In it, he talks about how a woman's true vocation is domestic work. And I just wonder if his mom agrees. She has a bachelor's from Smith College, a master's in medical physics at the Georgia Institute of Technology, and she's been in the Department of Radiation Oncology at Emory University for 36 years. And it makes me wonder if he realized what a direct insult that was to his own parent. And it is...
I'm just going to say this. I think he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He just want to be a baby for a long time. He's a grown toddler. That's what anytime I see a man out here crying, wah, wah, I need my wife to be my mommy, I'm like, you're a grown toddler. You're still being feisty, like you were being feisty. Maybe mommy had to go to work, or mommy had to go obtain her degree and then sit back home, and play with him. So now he's hot. I feel like he knew exactly what he did. He also took a job at his mom. He definitely did take a job. Maybe when mommy went to get those degrees, he didn't want mommy to go outside. He wanted mommy to cuddle him. Yeah, mommy didn't cuddle him enough.
Evident that he has no respect for the work that she did and continues to do. And I am not here saying that domestic work is not work. I truly believe that it is a ton of work, and it is unpaid work. And it also doesn't matter that that would be the partnership that he would choose, even though his mom worked outside of the home. But to have a mother that is as accomplished as she is, and then to stand up in front of a graduating class, of which she was one of those people in her time, and say that women have been deviously misled into believing that having a career or getting promoted at work is more important than your true vocation of being in the home. This is wild to me.
Yeah, because that's the same thing. I feel like they're just trying to set up the new women that are coming up right now. They're like, our generation, the ones who went and got our education. And even though some of us that got an education, maybe still there are many people that got an education and still are homemakers and housewives and being still taken care of. But the good thing about having a degree is, hey, if it goes south, if it goes left, girl, at least you can go out there and get a job with your papers. You know those papers that they tell you is worthless? Yeah, those papers. I had a girl talking about this topic. There is another topic, by the way, on TikTok. A girl came up and she said her friend was about to graduate. She was about to take the bar exams, and her boyfriend, the boyfriend of the girl that was about to take the bar exams, he started causing problems. Both of them started getting into serious fights to the extent that the girl almost, because the boyfriend decided he wanted to move states, and the girl almost decided to not take that bar exams. She almost didn't take it. So she and other girls had to literally like hold her and be like, you already paid all this money. You're about to graduate. You are already there. The bar exams is tomorrow. You are already there. If you drop this now, you will suffer for it in future. And luckily for the girl, I was so happy when I watched that TikTok video, because I'm like, oh, at least one of us did help her get out of that situation. She finally took it. I'm like, oh, thank God. Thank God. Thank God for those girls that told her to go take it. You're already here. You're at the finish line. It's almost finished. Get it. Get that paper. I'm like, thank God. Because if those girls were not around, that girl would have not taken that bar exams, and she would have, run after a man that probably would just make her life miserable and then leave her later on. And then she's going to be grumpy and old later. And then he's just going to go out there and find himself a suitable woman. Crazy. It is crazy out here. Seriously. Now let me bring up another video of somebody also having their own commentary in this particular topic over here. So let me see. So this other person is talking about the same thing that I talked about. Like, why wasn't he booed? Because that was another thing that I was surprised at. Why wasn't he booed? Why wasn't he booed? Let me just bring this video over here.
Speech from that Chiefs player. What's his fucking name? Harrison Butker. I don't fucking care. Anyway, so Harrison's mother is an extremely accomplished and successful physicist. So she must have been too busy to go to those recitals and football games, and way too busy to make the boys pizza bagels after practice like the other moms. That bitch. Watching that video, let's bring back booing. That was very quiet for me. Isn't like half that student population women? The way that he says homemakers, it was almost like a cheeky, like bad word. Like he was like being cheeky. Hey, call your mom. I understand why you love that your wife is such a homemaker. Because of your abandonment issues, you always know where she is. And she's always available to go to your football games. And that is somehow healing. Stop making every woman your mommy. Call your mommy. Give it to God. Talk to God about it. Or I'm sure you love in our Father. Jesus fucking Christ. Does your soul wither every time someone says Hail Mary? Oh, woman. Ugh. You know what? How about you Google behavioral cognitive therapy? You know what? Take an ayahuasca. meet a shaman somewhere in the Amazon and become a falcon in your delusion and soar over the fears and trauma responses you've developed over the years, and then meet your inner child and say, hey, call mom. You sound really stupid. Ugh, you had to have like a successful physicist mommy who was trying to cure cancer. Oh my God, how you suffer. How you suffer. Poor Harrison Butker. That sucks. Boo! And then you're to Pride Month. Pride, but not the month. Not the month it's dedicated to. Da-da-da-da. Big tough guy. Okay, Miss Alpha Girl. Okay, Miss Alpha Girl.
The ayahuasca took me out. Oh, yeah, no, he needs to find some spiritual healing somewhere because I don't think he's healed. He ain't healed. I feel like mommy left him one time and forgot to buy ice cream maybe mommy forgot to buy ice cream one time and that was enough for him to become a villain. Oh my God. But I have me now, the way he talks about his wife. Oh, my wife is a homemaker. Hey, there is nothing wrong with being a homemaker. I'm going to say, not every woman wants to be out there walking. There is nothing wrong with being a homemaker. But as the man, if you want a homemaker, you better make the cash for a homemaker. You can't be broke out here and looking for a homemaker. Many of these men that are out here, they're looking for a homemaker plus / a worker. An actual, somebody that goes out there, work, bring money back, and then they go 50-50, and then she turn around and put on the apron and start cooking and cleaning, and then have to take care of him and the kids. And let's say she favors her kids more, all of a sudden he's gonna be having problem with them kids. I've seen men out here that are jealous of their own children, because the wife is paying them to maybe attention as she should as a mom. They're like, you paying too much attention, to the kids. You take care of the kids more than you take care of me. They start having this competition with their own kids. I've seen it. I'm like, damn. Oh, goodness God. So let me just go back and bring up another video because, a lot of people had a lot to say about this. I know there's one thing, it's hard for everybody to actually, pronounce this name of his. A lot of people have actually, they've butchered it. I'm not going to say I haven't butchered it. Yes, I have. You guys had me. It wasn't long ago when you had me trying to pronounce it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stick with Harrison on this one. Yeah. So let me bring up another video over here of this, somebody else giving his own, opinion on this. His or her. Let me see. Okay. Okay, this is another video of this lady. I think she's an attorney. So she was talking about that he is not gonna be canceled because, they brought up a topic, a petition against him to cancel him. So she was actually talking about why he's not gonna be canceled. So let me just bring up this video over here.
Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker will not be canceled for the remarks he gave during a May 11th commencement speech. As a crisis communication strategist, I help my clients work their way through a crisis. I've figured out how to spot a crisis on the horizon, and here are the reasons why I don't think that Butker is going to spiral out in a PR crisis. The Kansas City Chiefs, they're going to stand by their guy. Now, disclaimer, like Butker, grew up Catholic. Butker, he, fell out of the faith, but then rediscovered it in his later years.
He fell out of the faith. What was it? The weirdest test to go meet your faith or to have a faith? I don't understand. Fell out of the faith. How do somebody fall out of faith? So he finally found faith when he found his wife, probably. Yeah, the homemaker. Yeah. Okay, let's continue.
And he rediscovered a different type of Catholic Church, not the kind that I'm in. Things that he said in this speech to the college class of 2022 at Benedictine College. This was in Kansas. So some of the things, he denounced abortion and President Joe Biden's handling of the pandemic. He said that women are told diabolical lies about career ambition when one of the most important titles of all is that of homemaker. He said that this is not time for the Church of Nice. See, I like the Church of Nice. And in particular, blasted Catholics who support abortion rights and dangerous gender ideologies. Okay, so now you get an idea of what this speech was like. This guy ain't going anywhere. Number one, the NFL did comment on his remarks. However, the Chiefs did not. Now, the NFL, they had their senior vice president and chief diversity and inclusion officer. Not Roger Goodell, not the commissioner, not the top guy, the chief diversity and inclusion officer. A very particular guy. That was Jonathan Bean. The quote was, his views are not those of the NFL as an organization. The NFL is steadfast in our commitment to inclusion, which only makes our league stronger. However, the Kansas City Chiefs, they were steadfast in their support of Butker by not saying anything at all. Unless I missed it. I looked, I went to the Goog, and I didn't see it. Second, now when this story went viral, I think what got buried in the lead was the fact that he was speaking at a Catholic college. And not just any Catholic college, Benedictine College is a part of a growing group of conservative Catholic colleges that lean heavily into this type of thinking. They're more traditionalist. So in my TikTok live tonight, a lot of questions. Was it approved ahead of time? Oh my gosh, did the college put out a statement? Did people walk out? Oh no, this was likely approved, sealed, stamped, and delivered. He knew the assignment and he showed up for it. Finally, here's the reason. This is the real reason why nothing's going to happen to this guy. Now, Outsports said, one of the worst parts of this NFL player's awful speech is that he quoted a Taylor Swift song before telling women they should be homemakers and serve their man's career. Ugh, the fact that he had to bring up his teammate's girlfriend in his speech. Leveraging Travis like that. However, that's not the reason. The people, the crowds, they gave him a standing ovation. They loved him. And that's the reason why he's not going to get canceled or suffer any extreme backlash. He's getting a lot of publicity, definitely. But he is giving this speech at a time when Biden, Trump in the polls, 50-50. You can't cancel someone or get rid of someone with less than 50%, right? I mean, he was there for a reason. And my goodness, on my lives tonight, everybody was up in arms on it. They couldn't believe it. They could not believe. They're saying, are you saying this guy's not going to go through a PR crisis? Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to say. He got a lot of publicity. A lot of people had no idea who this guy was. Now he's getting as more press than Travis is, his teammate Travis. But no, this is not going to be a cancelable offense because he's a conservative Catholic. He's speaking his faith. He's speaking his values. And a lot of people, not I, agree with everything that he said. So yeah.
Now I'm gonna say this. Yeah, I heard that they gave him a standing, ovation. Yeah, that's what they gave him. I'm like, See, I'm gonna tell you guys something about myself. But when I was born, as an African, many Africans, we literally, if you look at it, either you are a Muslim or you are a Christian, and many of us, many of us, we are deep, rooted Roman Catholics. Like myself, when I was born, yeah, I used to go to the church, kneel down, all of that. I grew up, I said, my dear, see, No, it's just me. I'm like, you know what? You know what? I feel like everybody should make their own choices, and I made my own choice. Now I'm gonna bring up another video over here because yeah, I think it's more about him talking about women, being homemakers. I'm like, if being a homemaker is so important, why aren't men out here wanting to be a homemaker? Because yeah, go to work, come back, put on your apron, and then go to the kitchen and serve your wife. If it's so important, if you guys think it's not a big deal, I mean, some of them are saying it's not a big deal to be a homemaker. How about you do it? How about you do it? Because let me tell you something. There was somebody that said there are more male chefs in restaurants and bars. I mean, in restaurants in the cooking industry in general, there are more male chefs than women. And why is that? Because it's a job. You need to be paid for it. But this is the thing. Men will downplay the, domestic work that women do at home and just say, oh, that is just what it is. But if a man does it, he's going to start getting paid. He's going to be asking, where's my salary? Cooking. In that particular profession, there are more male chefs than women. But they be out here talking about, I need a woman to cook, as if they don't know how to cook. But if it's a man, oh, it's good. When it comes to professionalism, being paid, yeah, they know where to find the profession. They know where the money is. There is money in being a chef. Don't forget. Being a chef, there is money in being a chef. A good one at that. So when it comes to money, they know it's money. They're going to get right into the kitchen. But you as a woman, oh my God, you better not ask for no money in this house. You should be happy with having kids and having additional kid, which is probably going to be your husband, which you're going to have to take care of if he has nothing. And I feel like his wife, I don't think she has a problem with this because I feel like she's enjoying her life because he has the money. Let's not stop. Let's not forget. This is not a poor guy, a middle class guy. This is somebody that has money. He is a model also. So his wife, I don't think she got a problem. Homegirl does not have a problem. She probably have help. She have help. But she's telling average working women out here, all you gotta do is go out there and put on the apron and bet 10 kids in one house. And then when your husband comes home drunk, whatever happens there, oh, you better endure, forgive. Do not tell anybody. Yeah, all of that. Now, let me just bring up this next video over here, Yeah, so let me see. This is the petition that they've been talking about because many people have been, literally signing this petition over here, as I heard. I think it's up to 20,000 or more now. So let me just bring it up in here.
To release, Harrison Butker has amassed nearly 30,000 signatures. This is in response to a speech that he gave a couple days ago. So here we have on change.org, demand the Kansas City Chiefs to dismiss Harrison Butker for discriminatory remarks. It looks like within the last 10 minutes, it's added another 10,000 signatures. But even Bussin' with the Boys caught some flack because they tweeted Harrison Butker just gave one hell of a speech. And later, Taylor Lewan retracts it, saying had to Google Harrison Butker, hell of a football player. But after reading the comments and getting some context, we are in a bit of a deal right now. Then Will Compton tweets the same thing, saying we've gotten into a little pickle with this tweet. He also posted a 3-minute video apologizing, saying he agreed with parts of Butker's speech but disagreed with some others. This just causes a huge distraction for the Chiefs. Like, this is not a distraction that you need coming from your kicker. Although I like the confidence that you were able to go up there and give this controversial speech. If that's not going to faze you, then a big kick, calling a timeout, trying to ice Harrison Butker, that's not going to work. Obviously, he said some controversial things, but I just want to know what it's going to be like when he misses a field goal. But as soon as he misses, I know the memes are going to be flying in.
To be sincere, I don't think they're gonna do anything about it because I feel like this was organized. I feel like this was organized. So I'm gonna bring up another video of somebody having their own opinion because I love other people's opinion. That is one of the things that I like. I like hearing other people's opinion on this particular thing. So this lady over here was talking about his wife. You know what? We're gonna leave the wife thing because I already said it. She probably have a plethora of helpers. He is rich. She can be a homemaker all she wants. She is rich too. And another thing is, if he tries anything, the divorce, if he even wants to be separated with his wife, if they want to divorce tomorrow, the thing is, the wife is still gonna be rich because she's gonna take half of his wealth too. She's gonna take half of. He's gonna pay alimony and child support. So of course the girl doesn't have a problem with it. She's comfy. She's sitting down comfy because she's looking at him just fooling around. She's like, I don't care. At least I'm getting my money. And I'm gonna say, cheers, girl, you better get your money if he tries it. Yeah, because I don't think, especially somebody like this, their divorce normally doesn't go well. They're probably gonna come out here and start crying, and they're the biggest criers whenever the wife stand up and say, I'm not doing it anymore. You will see them on social media crying. And trust me, I've seen a number of them out here. I've literally seen a number of them out here. So this was another guy giving his own commentary about this topic.
Butker, American football player, and Harrison Butker, American football player and Catholic, and I mean like super duper Catholic. He's giving a speech the other day at an American college, and it hasn't gone down too well on the internet. This whole thing is 20 minutes long. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. The whole thing is on YouTube if you want to check it out, where the comments have been turned off. He starts off by calling abortion diabolical, I think was the word he used. He attacks Biden, COVID lockdowns, dangerous gender ideology. This is the bit that everyone's kind of focused on, this particular Handmaid's Tale kind of rally.
For the ladies present today,
Ladies, listen up.
Congratulations on an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of all that you have achieved to this point in your young lives.
Nice.
I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you.
Oh.
How many of you are sitting here now about to cross this stage and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I can tell.
I love that just as he says that, you can hear a baby screaming. Aren't you excited for this? It is worth pointing out that this Benedictine College where he's speaking is like a private Catholic college. It's a religious place. It's not just any old university, which is why this didn't cause a riot, I guess, on the day.
That my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother.
Oh Lord, that's speech. Now I remember why it really kicked me in the gut when I saw this speech. This over here, her life began when she became a mother, and at this point, might as well just say her life began when she became my mother. Mine exactly, just mine, because the kids are just extra. She had to take care of me so that I can have a reputation. I can have a job. She's my backbone and my mommy. My mommy was my original mom. My biological mom was out there getting her degrees and not taking care of me, but I got me a new mommy. And you know what she does? Her job is just to baby me. I am, right now I'm being taken care of by a mom, but I'm married to her, by the way. She's my mom and my wife at the same time. Yeah. But you know what? She's happy because she's taking care of me. Ooh, you cannot make this shit up. But I gotta say this, the first time I saw this speech, the worst part of it is I literally tapped on TikTok. I tapped don't want to see this anymore. And tell me why I kept seeing it and seeing it, and it kept pissing me off and pissing me off. And I'm like, goodness God, I say I don't want to hear idiots talking. I'm somebody that if I hear somebody sounding foolish, it gets to me. Normally what I do is I stop talking to that person immediately. I just move away because I don't want to get in my feelings. I'm like, okay, this conversation is not going to go anywhere. Don't want to listen to your stupid speech. And I keep it pushing. But TikTok keep bringing it up in my For You page. I'm just going to say this. I love the fact that people are ripping into shreds in TikTok and everywhere. The day she began living, like the time her parents gave back to her, she wasn't living there. She wasn't really living. Okay. It's just when she became your mommy. All right, I see it. Okay, let's continue.
I'm on this stage today and able to be the man I am because I have a wife who leans into her vocation. I'm beyond blessed with the many talents God has given me, but it cannot be overstated that all of my success is made possible because a girl I met in band class back in middle school
Is he going to cry?
would convert to the faith,
He's choking up.
become my wife.
Oh, you're about to get. Oh, this is so emotional. You finally found a mommy. Oh, good luck to you. Because of how you are successful, I hope you enrich your life as well. No, you didn't help her. She's just a homemaker. Okay. I mean, you still got the bag. At the end of the day, she might as well take half of it if she wants to when you start messing around. But they're definitely gonna come out. I'm looking at this guy. He look like one of those guys that when the wife leave them, they be having podcasts in YouTube over here. I don't know if you guys have seen, that there are a number of them. Whenever the wives leave them, they come out here and they cry and they lie about their wife until the wife literally have to bring a video all the time of the abuse that they've been going through. Normally, these women have to prove it through a video. And they be coming out here, they be crying. Oh my God, she left me. Yeah, after the way you behave, yeah. Goodness.
And embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker.
Oh, wow. Homemaker. Good for her for embracing that and not having to, work. I mean, you don't need to work. Your husband's in the NFL. In a nutshell, it's basically saying, all that money you spent, I don't even want to know how many thousands of dollars you've just spent on this education. Worthless. Complete waste of time. Just go have babies. I'm sure that Harrison Butker, whatever his name is, I'm sure he's a shit hot football throwing, kicking guy, whatever it is they do. I'm talking about radicalizing and indoctrinating people. This is it. This is it right here. Just remember, ladies, though, you don't need to worry about an education or getting a promotion or getting a career or anything like that. You just need to marry a multimillionaire and have his children.
Girl said he's a red pillar is gonna have a podcast. What? Okay. He will have a podcast. Yeah, definitely. We're gonna be hearing how terrible women are. Oh goodness God. If she ever leaves him with the way he was almost crying over here, how happy he was for mommy. If she leaves him, he get in a podcast and our ears are gonna be full. Jesus. Oh no. Oh God. You know what? I'm just gonna bring the next one over here because I know a lot of people had a lot to say. And I'm gonna say this: when the response to this whole speech that he gave, when people started making response, that was when I started laughing. That was when I absolutely started laughing because I'm like, oh, you guys make my day because they called him out. Even this video over here, they're telling him you're making less money. The next video I'm bringing up in here, a guy is talking about, what do? You play 2 hours of football, or how many minutes you have to play for? He was talking about you play maybe 2 hours a year, and you're talking about a homemaker. I'm like, if he played 2 hours a year, would that mean that his wife is more of a hardworking woman than he is? You know what? Let me bring up this video. Yeah.
women who have had the most diabolical lies told to you.
Imagine being a professional football kicker whose job is to play less than 20 seconds per football game, which comes out to less than 6 minutes per season, which over a 10-year career is less than 1 hour of actually doing your job. And thinking to yourself, I'm an important person who does an important thing. So important, in fact, I need to tell a room full of women about to enter the workforce that their job is to have babies. And they're the one who have had the diabolical lies told to them?
Yeah, I feel like this is the thing. A lot of men have been lied to, been society be like, you're the man, you're supposed to make. And look at the world right now. Look at the world right now. Are men not the ones on top ruling the world? And are they not the ones making the most decisions? Yeah, and how is it looking right now? People are being homeless out here. People don't have Medicare, nothing at all. Wars are going out around us. People losing their lives because of greed also and hunger for power. The typical stuff. Are there not men on top of those, all this topic? Yeah. But God forbid women have some rights. You know what? I'm just going to say this. Thank you all for, joining me today. I can't believe I have literally made up to 1 hour. Goodness God. Now, thank you all for being here. If you're new here, I am Karen Truths, your host. And please do not forget to press that like button, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the commentary section. And I will see you all on the next one. Have a great day and goodbye.
Congratulations. You worked so hard for absolutely nothing. You're probably excited, thinking you've made it in life. For the ladies graduating today, congratulations. You worked so hard for absolutely nothing. You're probably excited, thinking you've made it in life, when the truth is, your life doesn't even begin until you find a man who wants to marry you. Many of you ladies are here because you were fed lies and told that you could work and have a successful career as a woman. I'm here to tell you that your career dreams should continue to be nothing but dreams because you were put on this earth to only serve a man and birth his children. Your diploma is useless. You might as well just rip it up and throw it in the trash on the way out. What truly matters is your ability to wash dishes, your ability to cook and feed your husband, your ability to wash and fold laundry, your ability to breastfeed and change a diaper. These are the things that college didn't teach you, but don't worry, it's never too late to learn. My wife is an amazing example of this. She once had dreams she wanted to accomplish too, but instead, I get to accomplish all of mine because she knows her place. Ladies, instead of dedicating your time to job searching on LinkedIn or Indeed, why don't you research how to be the most important thing in the world, a traditional housewife? Thank you.